Butler, first lap, a lot of riders that you expected to be there weren't there. What's the first lap? Were you surprised by how many riders weren't in the mix?
You know, I was in the pancake from the start, so I didn't notice anybody around me, and I somehow got out in the front in that wing section. I'm like, come on, someone get in front of me, because it was pretty much a headwind in that back section, and it wasn't so nice. So finally I saw Georgia Gould by, and I'm like, it's all about hanging on to the wheels.
Well, I do need to ask you, this will work eventually. I do want to ask you.
I want to ask you something. He wants to ask me something.
There we go. Yikes. I did want to ask you about once you're out there alone, I noticed you breathe harder than a lot of other people. You've had respiratory issues in the past. You've come out of races with asthma. Do you have to stay like right at a red zone where you feel like you can only go so hard, and you have to govern that when you're alone?
You know, I've noticed that in the cooler weather, colder temperatures, it's a lot harder to breathe. And I think I was breathing really hard today because this is my first real race after getting a sinus infection and skipping a bunch of the last USGP. So it was just really hard coming back.
And to be in Portland, what's it mean to do this well in this course in front of these people?
Well, 2 years ago at Portland, I had my first USGP podium, so it's pretty nice to be back on the podium in Portland because last year I was not there.
Watching Tim Butler earlier in the day, what did that do for you today?
I was driving my car while he was winning, and I got here right as he finished, and I was really excited.
I was cheering.
Georgia watched
His wife couldn't be bothered.
Yeah, his wife couldn't be bothered, but the others were. We were cheering for him. We want you to know that. And there is an attorney right backstage that wants to give you a business card. So,
nice.
So we're going to go now to Georgia Gould. Georgia Gould, I got to tell you, it seems like a great start, and then you find yourself dueling with Katerina on it. But it looked as if you had some technical. There was a few technical elements that you were struggling with in a few places. Tell me about when you're really hurting. How mistakes start to enter into cyclocross when when you're really at a maximum level of exertion. That's when mistakes start to happen.
Yeah, I don't know what your question is.
Oh, it's a good one. It just seemed like in transitions, you had a few bobbles in some transitions in a few places.
Yeah, I mean, there was definitely, Katerina's an excellent technical rider, fast in the corners and stuff. I had a little bit of a actual technical mechanical problem, I guess, out there. I got some piece of course tape or something stuck in my cassette, and that was sort of when the gap opened up, and then Katerina is not stupid, and she totally capitalized on that and put in a good hard effort and made it extremely difficult for me to close that down and get back up to her. So I was pretty tired once I got there, and then that last lap, it was just kind of like both of us taking turns and seeing, if you could make it stick, and just came down to that last corner. So.
Any dialogue on the last lap between the two of you of all, or are you just racing?
Oh yeah, we were talking the whole time, just like blah blah blah. You know how girls are on the ride, just like chatting away. So. No, you go first. No, you go first.
And so you hit the pavement, and it seems like get first to the pavement had the big advantage. There seemed like there was a race to the barriers. That was as important as the actual sprint itself.
Yeah, I mean, I kind of attacked coming out of attacked. It was like this. We're both pinned, and you go a little faster out of the BMX track, and then led for the next couple corners, and then she came around me right before the barriers, and I was right there, it just came down to both of us going as hard as we can out of that corner, and she was faster than me.
All right, fantastic. We're going to hear from Katerina Nash, and then we'll give it over to the media. Katerina, I got to ask you, you'll go back to Europe after this, am I correct?
Yes, I'm heading over there on Wednesday.
And for you to go back, apparently after Koksijde in Belgium at the World Cup, there was a meeting, and there was a lot of complaints about the U.S. women were too heavily represented. They were getting too many UCI points. I looked at the top 10 finish of this race today, and you look at this, and how good is the U.S. circuit when you look at today's top 10 list? list is there's a bunch of new names on it. How does this stack up compared to the European field that you'll be racing against in the next weeks?
Wow, you got like 5 questions in that one whole long sentence.
I'm in a hurry.
Let me, well, I think the reason why so many U.S. women have a lot of UCI points is that they come out every weekend, they do a lot of races, there's a lot of great series around the country, a lot of single day races, so, you know, we're committed, and why not to be rewarded, and the promoters are doing a lot, the USGP, and so it's, you know, it's simple answer. It's like, well, there's a lot of women that want to race, there are races to do, and that's why we'll have more points than the European riders. Fields are, you know, they're super competitive. I really enjoy racing on both sides of the Atlantic Ocean, and it's, you know, it's getting me faster all the time, so it's great.
Winning today, and I don't even know the points, is there any discussion with you and Georgia on the importance? Do you have a goal, World Cup, World Championships, and obviously Georgia's in that jersey. Does that factor into how you race tomorrow at all, or is it just full gas tomorrow?
Oh, it's always full gas. I think Georgia already, you know, she's a badass. She already got the series, so we're just trying to get there, but there's no way. She's got a huge lead, and so even if I kick her in the corner tomorrow, I think she's still gonna get it.
All right, fantastic.